You were forced by the Second Intifada.
Yes, yes.
That was the
How?
Well, because I saw it. Look, no. Actually, I became critical much earlier. When I became critical, very critical, when Begin and Sharon and Shamir became prime ministers. I talked always about Adolf Begin and about Heinrich Sharon. So I saw them as real Nazis, because I know the Nazis. Don't forget, I grew up in Nazi Germany, so I can smell these type of people from very far, even if I don't see them. So I see it from the words they use. I know all that.
Tell me more. How can you,
well, look.
How do you smell? What do you smell?
That was yesterday. Also in the discussion. In the discussion. When these Israeli politicians who are so aggressive as they come, when they talk, yeah, the Palestinians want to throw us into the sea.
Yeah.
I told you the joke of my youth. The German Jewish perambulator tried to ram into a German battleship. So that is typical for these type of create fear, so that because and you as a psychologist should know, there is maybe no stronger historical force than humiliation and fear. That explains the Nazism after the humiliation of after the humiliation of the First World War of Germany, and the Holocaust explains is the humiliation of the Jews during the Second World War, and that these humiliations, once experienced, can be very well manipulated to create fear. There comes a second Holocaust, like they say in Israel. Look, I don't know whether you know that. Have you heard of Edith Zechtal?
No.
She says every young human, Jewish human in Israel, when he does his entrance, when he finishes high school, is brought to Auschwitz in order that his bind to the nation is strengthened, and to see what the Holocaust did to the Jews, and to be prepared to fight with and to sacrifice his own life to prevent a second Holocaust, or even only the signs for a possible second Holocaust.
The second statement is very strong. The second one, you know, the possible sign.
Yeah. That's what she writes literally.
When I was doing this CD, I sent it to a member of IPSC, you know, the organization that ran a Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and I sent him the lyrics to that tune, you know, and he says, "Oh no, we have to be very careful on how you compare to Auschwitz. First, because of the European guilt about the Jews. Some things you cannot say, even though I agree with you, you know." For me, on a physical level, what is going on with the Palestinians is not as bad yet. The gassing and that amount of numbers, it's not. That hasn't happened.
But Sami, the question is whether a slow death in uncertainty every day, whether you can give your kids something to eat, or whether your house will not be destroyed. That is also very, very, very bad. So I can't judge, and I'm certainly not the one to ask what is the best tactics in this respect, because look, I can't, psychologically, I can't bring myself to not make the comparison, because I see the parallels so clearly, and
anyway, basically, it does not offend you.
No, I think it's a very good text. It's a very good text. It's the same thing repeated, yeah. Not the same, but it's a similar thing repeated. The attempt to dehumanize a minority group. That's it.
What I differentiate is the difference between quality and quantity.
Yeah.
It's the same quality.
Yeah.
But the quantity is less. It has slowed down.
Ilan Pape's words. Slow motion genocide is right.
Because what I'm interested in is, I mean, at least as a psychologist, is if I separate the idea of who did what to who. Let's suppose there was no national identity or religion identity, just human beings. In this case, all I'm interested in is this quality of action repeated in the world throughout in different places.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Arabs can learn a lot from you, because the division between Arabs and Jews or Arabs and Muslims is actually bullshit. You know, at the end of the day, what I get from you is that, you know, this is not a struggle about religion at all.
No, nothing. I mean, the Israelis try to put it into that vessel in order to heat up the fire, and because the last thing they want is peace. But I said that, I think yesterday evening too, the bad news about Palestine is that when I came into Auschwitz, there was very much light at the end of the tunnel. Stalingrad had been, the invasion was in very fast stage of preparation, so I knew it can't last very long. But this goes on. The suppression of the Palestinians goes on for about nearly 100 years. I mean, it is incredible.
So you trace it back to before 1948.
Yes, sure. I mean, but if you want to say, you can also start in 48, and then it's 60. What is it?
67. Yeah.
72 years or so.
Yeah.
Huh? So that is a very, very long time, with no sight how it will be resolved. The Palestinians and the Arabs, also with the help of, cannot resolve the problem only if the United States does not want to, and only the Europeans could possibly be forced to do something. The Palestinians are the present-day victims of 1,000 years of Christian, European and anti-Judaism and anti-Semitism. That's how it is. And as it is far away, and as they are Muslims, and as they feel guilty against the Jews, they let it go. I mean, and other interests like oil and geopolitical interests. I mean, I think we talked already about it. The suppression of the harassment of the Palestinians by the Israelis is the most important geopolitical focus point of all troubles within Europe. So the suburbs in Paris and in Amsterdam, where the Muslims live and do a lot of mischief because they identify rightly with the Palestinians, and so the whole world is in danger due to that, and that we must make clear to these people in Brussels.